piece of paper is sticking out of your mailbox. It's a printout from a computer note and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, "Meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from there." No signature. A place marked on the map is a lookout point near Pier 1, just next to a Brooklyn bridge. You check your phone with me passed on to you. No new messages, no missed calls. It's all a bit fishy, but there's only one way to find out who addressed this to you. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. You come back to your haven after a long night in the town. There's still some time before the sun comes up, but sometimes you just need a little break. Relax, watch TV. As you open the door to your haven, it's clear something is wrong. You hear mourning from within. Stepping cautiously in, you see a man splayed on the floor. 40's strong build, wearing a black suit, one of Sophie's servants. His face is a mess and there's a piece of bone sticking out of his leg. The ghoul moans through his broken teeth, only half conscious. Just as you're about to do something, the door to the apartment flies off the hinges in a loud crash behind your back.
"Please don't move!"
You turn around to see at least 6 police officers from your apartment storm your apartment, 2-point guns at your face, while the rest spread out to check the other rooms. One of the cops pushes past you into the living room. "There's a body here. We're going to need an ambulance. He's still breathing." Bewildered, you gather your wits. There must be some way out of this ridiculous situation. Well, I still have blood, so might as well go for it. "Please calm down, this is all a big misunderstanding." The cops hesitate and lower their guns.
"Can you explain what's going on here?"
As the rest of the police search the apartment, you decide the best course of action is to buy time. You're glad you followed Sophie's rule, but at 26 Haven should never have anything what they just with. Okay, that is definitely a mishap on developers' part. Like, look at this. This is very messy. I don't know who that man, but I heard a noise and came in. I wouldn't be able to take this man on. Well, you know, yeah, I like this kind of approach. How could it beat a big man like that?
"Of course, miss. Is this your apartment, miss?"
Suddenly you hear a commotion out in the hallway. Sophie walks into the apartment surrounded by an entourage of serious-looking men and women in dark clothes. Some of them flash badges at the officers present. You feel the power of Sophie's blood almost like a physical sensation on your skin. There's no saying no to her. "This woman was with me when this terrible act of violence occurred. She has an airtight alibi." You've rarely seen Sophie wield the full extent of her powers. You're not sure how much is supernatural ability and how much bribery and political connections. It doesn't matter. "The injured man works for me. He must be hospitalized this instant. If he doesn't enjoy full recovery, there will be consequences." For 15 minutes you watch as Sophie imperiously orders the police officers around. Some of the people she brought with her also seem to be police, but you're not sure. You catch Sophie's grimacing in the direction of an empty corner, and something tells you that there might be a third vampire in the apartment. A stalker, perhaps. The injured man gets carried away on a stretcher. The cops leave without even checking your ID. Will there be problems? How do you do that? I mean, I can gash over her, but I don't think she would really care, so will there be problems? No, the police know to avoid this house. This was an anomaly. Your stalker was here, but now she's left. Her name is Adelaide Davis, in case you were wondering. A lunatic. Truly one of the more pestilent clans. How can I stop this? Should we kill her? Can I talk to her? How can I stop this from happening again? You can't, but we can. I'll arrange a little chat with Miss Davis. Later you'll join me in Elysium and deal with this problem like a vampire you are, with words. Sophie leaves you alone. The idea of spending the day in a haven that's just been raided by police seems risky, but you decide to trust in Sophie's assurances. It's not like you have anything else to go on. Okay, I like this. This is very, very different. You go downstairs as early as you wake. One final check of a phone, but no news from Mia. You take a car down to Brooklyn Park on Front Street and approach the meeting spot cautiously. Okay, I think last time I actually had an option for this, and this time I can't really deny this. I might be misremembering things, but still. The figure of about Miss size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket and looking out to Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. It's true, but I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true then. It cannot be true. And if it cannot be true then... you one who left a note? Woman turns around. It's not Mia. Whoever it is, you have never seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. The ink on the paper, did the message leave? The ink on the paper, did the face here bring? You turn around, 3 men, all of them burly and threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead.
So, you got the message?
I did? What now?
Now you come with us. Boss wants to meet you.
Callahan? Kaiser? Yeah, I'm kinda curious, what if I say Kaiser? What does Kaiser want this time?
Kaiser? No, you stupid piece of shit. Boss Callahan. Suggest you get a move on. We've got places to be.
Voice of a woman keeps creeping into your consciousness, with litany of gibberish ever present throughout this entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles.
Or we could do it the hard way.
Okay, last time I tried to fight him and didn't really go anywhere, so... let's just go with it. Yeah, okay, I'll go with you.
Smart.
I lead you down onto the pier, onto the motorboat. The engine starts.
Put this on.
He points to a cloth sack. One of the guys is holding you down. The woman's still there, whispering to herself. Somehow you can hear her voice clearly in your head. It becomes a nagging suggestion to put a sack over your head. You don't really want to do it, but your hands go through emotions all the same. It takes 15 or so minutes to reach your destination, you think. The engine dies down and you are led onto shore, and then further, up some incline, through some overgrowth. 10 more minutes of walking maybe, until a deep voice reaches your ears.
Answer, my dear boy. Why the hood over our guest's face?
Well, boss, I thought.
No. That won't do. How many times do I think I have to repeat myself, Vincent? You don't have to think. You have to listen and do what you're told, yes?
Yes, boss.
Well, take that ridiculous sack off her head, will ya?
The hood comes off. The owner of the deep voice is a curious sight, dressed in what can be only be described as Victorian clothing, with a monocle and grey and red hair. Is this Callahan?
Yeah, boss. Sometimes, little.
I believe you already know who I am.
You're a damn-looking motherfucker. You're Boss Callahan.
Right you are, and I'm guessing you know my role in the city. I represent the anarch movement, while you... I'm not quite sure what you represent. I have invited you here to find out. Now let me make myself perfectly clear. I am disappointed in you, truly disappointed. But I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends.
Okay, that's how I did that voice. Alright, now I remember.
First though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you're here?
I feel like you're dying to tell me, because I worked with Sophie Langley, because I wanted to meet with Torque. Is it because I wanted to meet with Torque?
Ah yes, you're not stupid. That's a nice change of pace. Torque has a reason you're here, or that little angry strumpet of his I'm told. Mia. Oh, how I'd love to get my hands on her gaunt neck and wring it until it breaks. But see, I'm a statesman, and it's not a prudent thing to do. No, indeed. A prudent thing to do is tolerate both her and that blasted ebony-skinned mentor of yours. If you ask me, it all went downhill when your woman forgot her voting rights. Made you believe you were on the right level with us, man. What a ridiculous notion that was.
Okay, so... Bruja is Asian. He comments on that. Venture is a chick. He comments on that. And I'm assuming the last clan is a black guy. And he's gonna comment on that as well. So basically Callahan is just a racist, sexist piece of shit. No, it's not like I was gonna like him anyway. Finish the rant. You take a black or else, yeah. I don't think I'm in a position to actually do anything like that. Please, just let me go.
Ah, I will, just not yet. I will request something from you, and you will obey me to the letter, but that comes later. First you will answer a few questions, the first of which, who pointed you to me?
Kaiser? Sophie made me do it. Should I? You know what? Yeah, Kaiser. Let's go with Kaiser, every time. It was Kaiser.
That's the rat who thinks driving around in an expensive car makes him less of a bad jest. That Kaiser? Why on earth would he point you to me?
I wanted to... You know what? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick. Did I pick what last time? I just wanted to fuck her, that's all. I heard she puts out. He chuckles.
Whoever gave you that information had a sense of humor, I have to admit. That worthless bitch could use a real man to straighten her out. Alas, she's one of those feminist types, and I could guess. You did meet her with her raw, so you know. What did you discuss?
Nothing, she told me off. She wanted me to do her a favor. Nothing, she told me off. So, I did.
I would not have guessed you so amicable. It's a useful character trait, I find. You might benefit from it. See, that wasn't hard now, was it? Of course I can't be sure how much of what you told me was true, and how much of it was about Worf, as much as yesterday's horseshit. But I'll find it. I always do. And when I do, we'll have another one of those nice talks. And maybe, just maybe, you'll all avoid this upcoming unpleasant episode next time.
He gives Vince a sign, and the burly man starts hitting you all over. You feel teeth, ribs and fingers break, your foot is mangled under Vince's boot, your shoulder dislocated, nose wrecked. What was the point of that exactly? I was completely amicable with you this time, unlike Bruher. I guess you're just a douchebag. Okay, fine.
That's enough, Vincent. Let them be.
He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times, checks if you can focus on his face. You can, but barely.
I am a man of principles, and our night I would perhaps put you in a casket and dip it in concrete, and dump it into Hudson. A favorite of mine during the roaring 20s. It's been a while. But like I mentioned before, I am nothing but prudent, and so the interest of the city's kin that must come before my own needs and wants, I will therefore let you continue your existence. Here's what I require in return for this boon. You're forbidden to meet with Torque. I will keep an eye on you, on him. If you want a place with anarchs, you go through me and only me, got it? You have to understand, what I made my associates do to you tonight was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, it's either that or your final death.
Okay. So basically he's just saying the same thing again. Callaghan walks away and so does Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood slowly putting your body back together. Your hunger growing. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety. For revenge, a distant but pronounced third right now. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear as a victim of a mugging mob solving an impossibly mangled walking cadaver, but you hail a taxi passing by and head back to your haven. All the way there, you're tempted by the beast. Your driver's a 30-something with a strong Slavic accent and blah 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 blah. It's all the same again. Last time I gave in. Let's resist. You pay the driver and walk out. Fast. Leave the car behind, don't look back. Look back, walk back, feed. No, through the door, up the stairs, key in the lock, open the apartment, walk in, lock yourself in. The familiar four walls of your haven are a blessing. The beast inside you keep snagging, but you have kept it at bay tonight. Not a small feat, given your state. You're still weak, you're not quite mended, you need to rest. Tomorrow you will have to feed again. Tomorrow you will have to consider your next move. Callaghan is not the kind of man who quits, but tonight you rest. Okay, that is new. How long has it been? 14 minutes, yeah, rest. No cuts. Waking up tonight feels different for two reasons. For one, you are pleasantly surprised with your body mended reasonably well while you've rested. It comes with a caveat though, the hunger you feel is pronounced, and the beast is like a black dog at the edge of your vision, following you. But the thing that is remarkable is waking up to the tune of an old phone's ringtone. An unknown number is calling your phone you get from Mia. You pick up.
Keep that old thing charged after all, huh? You alright?
Yeah. Cut to a chase. Is the meeting set up or not?
What, not a fan of small talk? Good, me neither. Call with some news. Torque agreed to meeting you. There's a pub in the Bronx, solid and stripes. Be there tonight. Two things. No drinking on the premises, so you want to grab a snack? Do it before setting foot in the borough. And the meeting is exclusively no powers. We'll be rubbing shoulders with commoners the whole evening. And also we don't trust you, so keep it casual or you blow it. Anything you'd like to add?
How about I don't say anything about that? Callahan forbid me from meeting Torque. We should expect some company. Good, there's no option to actually just say no. Again, there's very, very, very little difference. Should expect company. I met Callahan yesterday. He kicked my ass and forbid me from meeting Torque. Said he'd keep an eye out to make sure I comply. Silence on the line. Fuck! More silence. Can't promise you any protection on your way there, or the way back, but at the pub you'll be in Torque's domain. For all his posturing, Callahan doesn't have the balls to strike Torque directly. We'll post additional hang-arounds on the lookout. That's the best I can do. If Callahan got under his skin, I get it. I was in that spot once or twice too. All I got to say is, the risk is worth it. If you don't show tonight, I can't blame you, but it's a one-time offer only. You gotta hedge your bets, just don't do anything stupid. You meet with us tonight? It better be in good faith. She ends the call. First things first, you take a subway to New York Station, walk to the front street, retrieve your car, and weigh your options while driving back to your haven. Okay, what did I do last time? I think I ate before I went where. So, what if I go with this? Feels hopeless. Callahan knows you'll be seeking Torque out. Somebody left that note at your apartment so they know where you spend your days. It's all too risky. Sophie will have to come up with another plan or just do it her own damn self. You stop at her haven not looking forward to the conversation you're about to have. Sophie is not at home when you visit. You wait for her impatiently, all while considering this is the best course of action. When she does come in a good hour after you arrive, she's all smiles and warmth. Josephine, good evening. How's your test going? Have something for me, perhaps? Things get complicated. I can't do it, it's too risky. Things get complicated. I don't want to meet with Torque. The warm atmosphere immediately grows colder, and so does Sophie's demeanor. I thought I made it clear. Request of you. What do you mean, you don't want to meet him? I almost died yesterday. Callahan forbid me for okay. Listen, Callahan's goons grabbed me yesterday and forced me to meet him. He was very clear that I cannot be seen talking to Torque or he'll have me killed. Oh. Something like pity appears in her eyes for just a moment. She looks at you disappointed and sad, and her features sharpen. I understand your concern. Nevertheless, I would ask you to continue, even if it's risky. You just don't care, do you? You really don't care about me. Oh my god, the game knows me too well. Please, Sophie, I don't want to get hurt. I'll only do it if you protect me. I'm curious what will happen. Let's pick that. The only way I'm doing this if you offer me some protection. I am protecting you every night. My reputation in the city allowed me to save you from a prince's decree and keeps you safe, and this is how you repay me? You do not understand how much depends on you making contact with Torque, and how important it is that I don't do it in person. It brings me no joy to remind you, but I still hold the right of destruction over you. If I have to call on it to make you do my bidding, I will. That's just cold. You can't be serious. I thought I had an understanding. No, that's just a pathetic thing to say. That's just cold, Sophie. Do what I ask, or I'll kill you? Is that the pep talk you came up with? You're trying my patience. Suddenly Sophie's demeanor changes entirely. I feel like her features do not shift. She's now a source of fear for you. She's a grim, determined, and seems utterly impossible to negotiate with. You will leave now and go back to the task at hand. You will not return until you have set up a meeting. Do I make myself clear? I have options. Okay, let's go with this. What's die in your throat? All you can manage is to not... I knew it. Good. And Josephine, do it quickly. Time is running out. If it does, you will be of no more use to me. Oh, interesting. That final threat hits hard. You take your leave quickly, eager to get away from Sophie's terrifying presence. You relax a bit in the car, but is still certain that you must obey her. It's that or your life. Drive around. You don't intend to visit Torque tonight, but you decide to first drive around a bit. Something tells you there might be somebody tailing you. It sounds sensible to try and lose them. Spend a good 2 hours looking in your rear view mirror and driving all around the city before finally driving into the Bronx. You take some basic precaution as you enter Torque's turf. You park a few streets across from where the pub is and walk towards it while keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious. That kindred for the most part look no different when regular people makes things complicated, of course. If you've been followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. You reach your pub, shoot a final look around, there's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see, and open the door. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming. The whole place has an aura about it, a constant mist hanging right under the ceiling. The lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it. The constant crack of billboards and clinking of glasses tells you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. You wondered if you go to the right address. Yeah, apparently did. Mia's here. She motions you over to one of the tables around.
Took you sweet time to get here. What, got cold feet? No mind. Anyone followed you?
Weren't you supposed to have lookouts? To verify that?
You do. Got word of you coming a few minutes ago. I'm just checking if you paid attention. Before I introduce you, there's some outstanding business to discuss. Arturo proved to be a dead end. Everyone knows the guy, but nobody knows anything concrete about him. If Bruce really told you that he was Arturo's ghoul, he must have been lying out of his ass. Or else you were just spitballing, in which case fuck you for having me investigated, creep. Come on, Torque's right here, right there.
You walk towards one of the tables. Okay, so yeah, that was a little different. The guy in the coat and the hat leans over to take a shot. His table is clean of his balls. He's way ahead of his opponent, but the 8-ball is in a tricky position.
Hey, they're here.
Be with you in just a moment. The hit is fast, precise, and it sends the black ball exactly where the player wanted it. His opponent lets out a frustrated sigh. That's that. I believe it's $150 American, Joey. You paying up now, or you want to up the stakes again? But discount blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think it's all the same again. So the lengths are playing. How does everybody knows that? That's right. Yeah, Mia told me as much. Forgive me being real with you right off the bat, but I like to know who I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you're with Langley, and Langley's scam through and through, I'm told, what is it we've come to accomplish here tonight? Sophie wants to meet with you. I'm here to see despite Callahan. I'm here to learn more about Alex. Sophie wants to meet with you. Don't ask why she didn't tell me. She just said that has something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan. I'm here to arrange that meeting.
The fuck? I knew nothing about this, Steve. Lied to me.
Mia's furious. She's looking at the pool cue and at you as if she was figuring out the best combination for the two. I like sentences like that. It's fine. I appreciate the honesty, even if you weren't straight with my second-in-command. That I don't appreciate. Well, into it an interesting proposition.
You gotta be seriously thinking about meeting with Langley. She's got line Cam. It's a trap, it must be.
It just might. It just might. He looks at you, pierces you with his unnaturally keen eyes. Yeah, that's the same again. And glowers at you gotta be blah 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 bluffing your way in here. Yeah, but that works. I got the message across, that's what matters.
Achieving your goal no matter the cost, even if you have to lie and snake your way into people's graces? Fucking hell, the camp's got you good, fledgling. I was beginning to think you might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you'll have to regain before that happens now.
Oh, I never intended to. You get me misunderstood here. Torque appears from a door in the back and calls across the room. Yeah, that's the same, blah blah blah, that's the same, blah blah blah. Okay, this time I got the actual option. Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Cerruti before, Josephine? Yeah, we met yesterday.
You fuck! You're so fucking don't even know it. You stupid piece of shit. Should've ended you yesterday. Must told you to stay away. Should've listened.
That's a story and a half, ain't it, Vince? Calm down now and tell me how many of you guys are still there on my turf, huh?
Go fuck yourself. You're done. Boss knows for blah 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 blah.
Yeah, okay. So there's gonna be another option. Okay, so last time I had actual options here, and I started beating him up, and then I get another option. This time, I wonder what will happen if I just say no. I want no part of this. It's your turf, you deal with him. This is very venture answer, so let's go with this. I think you should deal with him. That's a fair point of view. He takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Hold him down, bros.
Don't you fucking do it, Torque. Don't.
Torque takes a sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. He doesn't even give out a yelp. Take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. I'll figure out what to do with this Kim Gessler later. Did he say it last time? Because the two anarchs who held Vince down take him outside the room. Entertaining as it was, I think Vince and his unmatched wisdom shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. I've heard about Operation Lights Out? Yeah, that's about Second Inquisition. Yep. I think bastard blah blah blah, he knew it was coming, you said language blah blah blah. What the fuck, Mia? You said yourself that this was worth the risk.
Yeah, for you, you idiot. Worth the risk for you. But now you've put us all in danger, and I'm not cool with that. I've been working for years to keep our family safe.
The man puts his hand on Mia's shoulder. She calms down a bit. You're afraid, Josephine. That, then, what else is new? It's a paradox between who we are. We hunted one night, we hunted another. Masters of the night, slaves to dawn. And duality to everything. Mia, I understand your concern, but I need you to trust me like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can give me shit about it later, like I'm sure you will. Yeah. First you come up personally. Mia's coming with me. Meeting's public. Counting on that. You seem likable enough, blah 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 blah. Games hasn't gotten its tones new yet. Okay, a lie. That's completely wrong. Repeating conditions to Sophia, doubt that the danger has been Anarch. Let's go with this. Yeah, I doubt it. If recent nights are anything to go on, it's dangerous being an Anarch. As ever, it's dangerous to stand on the side of liberty when tyranny is in vogue. One of his nights reminded me to tell you how it felt to smoke Nazis in Omaha in '44. I sometimes find the similarities uncanny. Best be on your way. As for me here when you need me. Ask for me, blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Again, another error. Torque was supposed to say that, but he didn't appear. Yeah. Errors. Mia walks you to the front door and accompanies you to your car. Oh. She's also gonna apologize. Even if I didn't, like, give her any reason. Yeah, what about it?
I panicked, that's all it was. It wasn't fair what I said. If anything, that's my fault. I'm angry with myself and that makes me angry with you. Ah, forget it.
She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to go give Sophie the news. The fear you felt when you left the apartment might not be here anymore, but the atmosphere is still frigid when Sophie addresses you right as you enter. Tell me you have something for me. You nod. She brightens up, just a little. More like sun rays glistening on the frost than the radiance you know she's capable of. Well, let's hear it. What did Torque agree to? You relate to Annex their conditions, but you are to pick him and Mia up, but the meeting should only include the four of you, and should be held in a public space. Blah 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 blah. There might be trouble from Callahan. One of his goons was caught spying on Torque. He probably wasn't alone. You have to watch yourself, then. Callahan will not dare act against me. You, on the other hand, he already proved that's not a concern of his. You must meet with Torque, so stay vigilant. I'm counting on you, Josephine. The final piece of the puzzle is about to find its way to its destination. After that, we all get our just reward. You, me, Camarilla, even the Anarchs. After a fashion. Use the rest of this night well and take a good rest. We are but a day's sleep away from shaking this city awake. I don't get calls to you. We see the skyscrapers the seemingly never-ending sprawl of the boroughs. It's all a prison. You need to get out. You need to take back control of your life this instant. The memory of your size, frosty blue eyes ridicules you. Tempts you to show your dominance, to prove you have the guts to take what you want. Feeding, that's just a thing. Coaxing, no. Ordering a mortal to bend to your will. Drinking deep of their lifeblood. Faces pass you by, through some look more ravishing than others any could do right now. You compose yourself, Rational mind fearing the blatant breach of a masquerade temporarily winning over the beast and its compulsions. Calming yourself is a small victory in of itself. This resemblance of command will have to do for now, but it won't last. You need to quench this hunger before it overtakes you and makes you lose control. Okay, I get options, good. Somebody's watching me, part 3. You've had enough of Adelaide Davis. It's time to head for Elysium and confront her with Sophie by your side. Visiting Elysium with Sophie is always a humbling experience. She's connected, well-known, important. You're a nobody. You've always known this, of course, but it's especially apparent when you come in with her. Everyone notices her and she drinks it in like it's her birthright. That's Adelaide Davis. Let's go say hello. You spot the woman Sophie's referring to. Adelaide, your stalker. Intense, disheveled, young-looking. A Malkavian, if you understood correctly. As you approach, Adelaide looks at you with undisguised hate. My two favorite people. I love you too, Adelaide. Adelaide looks from Sophie to you and laughs mirthlessly. Sound is creepy enough to make people glance toward you. I'll never stop. You should know that. I'm relentless. What is this all about? I understand why you hate me, but why hate Josephine? Adelaide looks so angry for a moment you fear she'll hit you, Elysium or no. As if you don't know. They called me creep. That's very insulting, especially to somebody like me. Was that when you were creep... when you... Why is there an apostrophe? Is that when you were creeping, invisible in my haven? Yes. Sophie sighs. You have to stop, otherwise I'll take this to Kadir. Do that. I have friends much more powerful than him. Seriously? I mean, the only person who's more powerful is the prince, and that's basically just saying that. Please stop. I was just scared. Why can't I be more offensive? Just please stop. I never stop. Never. Ever. Adley locks eyes with you, ignoring Sophie. Let's talk later. We'll have some fun together. Adley walks away. Sophie watches her go before she says anything. She's a lunatic. They say all kinds of things. Don't worry about it. She knows that if she crosses the line, there will be consequences. Sophie steps away to chat with her friends, and you look at the kindred around you, wondering how many would really help you in times of trouble. Probably not many. The hunger calls to you. Yet again. And why does it repeat? Blah blah blah, and you can do right now, you can boss yourself, blah blah, and that's compulsions coming yourselves. Why did it repeat again?